is Elaina, and you are listening to Pitch Podcast in the Closet Hour.
All right. Hello, my pitch bitches. We have a very special treat for you today. I have guest star Sarah Palin in the closet with me.
I just flew in from Alaska now. I am super excited to be on one of these, what do they call them, podcasts. It's just so much fun. This is the first time I've been able to do something like this. I flew all the way from Alaska. I was like, the middle of the night, but the sun never goes down there. So I hopped on the, little plane there. It took me to another place where it's better planes and flew all the way to Texas. So, I wanted to let you know. So, this morning I was outside, drinking my coffee and reading the, newspaper because, the internet's not that great out there, in Alaska. There was a moose. It was the most majestic moose I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I just had to have him for Christmas, and so I went and got my shotgun, out the shed in the back, and I, put my bullets in, and I was like, I wonder if these 2 shots will be good enough for it or not, but, because he was so majestic, and, I was out there in my robe and my slippers, and I hadn't gotten all the Aquanet in my hair yet, so I didn't think that, none of the, gun powder and stuff would get in there, so my hair wouldn't explode when I put it on there. But, so I saw him majestic in the snow, and, I just cocked my shotgun and just shot the moose. I got him in a good spot, so, he wasn't suffering, so PETA won't get on my ass about this, but, so he didn't suffer. But I shot him, and he is just so majestic. I went out there, and I grabbed my iPhone, and I took some selfies. And, so I just, I did that, and I told my husband, come and get the damn moose so I can get him inside so he can chop him up. And, yeah, so for Christmas, we're going to have some great moose steaks. And I like making moose jerky. Moose stew. Moose stew is the best on a cold day because, Alaska's always fucking cold. But, so that's what I did before I came to Texas. I shot a moose, the most majestic moose I've ever seen in my entire life.
Miss Palin, you are a motherfucking force to be reckoned with.
I sure am. I don't know why the fuck they didn't elect me as president.
You know what I did before you got here?
What?
I took a fucking nap.
Oh.
So, you're on top of your shit, Miss Palin.
I sure am. And that's why I should have been elected president at the time. I'm full of just majesticness, because, I'm a majestic moose. And, I'm super smart. I may have this accent, but, that doesn't mean I'm not smart. I'm a smart, very classy woman and can do all these things and could have gotten everything great in the United States, but I don't know. They just weren't ready for a woman yet. They just wanted a man with a tan, I guess.
Well, maybe one of these days they will be ready for you, Miss Palin.
Maybe.
I can say, you know what? I'll vote for you.
Oh, well, that's fantastic, Stephanie. Thank you so much. And everyone who listens to this closet podcast in the, whatever. Whoever listens to this, I'm down to earth. And I do everything I can. So if I ever run again, I don't want to be up against Hillary because, I never wanted to be that bitch that made the other women feel unattractive. And, I don't want her to feel any way about herself. So I'm giving it to her this time.
That's very kind of you. You were so generous.
You know. Your Palin's got it going on. Woo!
Oh my God. God, pitch bitches. I'm so glad y'all are here. I'm so glad y'all are listening. Y'all are absolutely going to love this. So, Miss Palin, what I need you to go ahead and do now is bring my other guest star in, which is one of my dear friends, Elaina.
Okay, yeah, I saw her sitting out there on, the one with the blue hair. The blue hair.
Well, what do you think I got going on?
Oh, you do, but you got that purple on top. It's so much prettier. I don't know what that girl's thinking. She's a little crazy out there. But yeah, I'll tell her, go ahead and mosey on in so y'all can have some fun. Thank you for having Sarah Palin on tonight. And remember, Sarah Palin, 2020, for president. Okay. Screw you, Kanye.
Elaina, we're ready for you. All right. Thank you, Miss Palin.
Hello.
Elaina.
Hello.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so this is the real guest.
Yes.
Now, having Sarah Palin on like that was awesome. She is a super awesome woman. But here's the real lady of the hour.
Oh, I sure am.
But don't let her know that I said that.
I know. She's kind of full of herself. Yeah, she's got that switch when she walks. It's kind of weird. It's like, I don't want a whore for president. Just kidding. I love you, Sarah Palin.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Scott said that we should call this Lie Detector. Because what we're going to do is we're going to play 2 lies and a truth. Then after we're done doing this, we're going to do things we used to think when we were kids. So We're hoping that a lot of you guys can relate to this because, like, seriously, just go back in your memory bank for a second and be like, did I really think this when I was a kid? And then you'll realize, wow, I was a fucking dumb little kid. So, I mean...
I was trying to think of some boss ones, but I came up with brain farts, so...
That's okay.
Mine are pretty weak.
All right. So, we got this 2 lies and a truth. And the way this is going to work is one of us is going to say our lie and our truth, or lies and our truth. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to ask the other person 3 questions. Because we're going to sit here and try and figure this out. So, like, Elaina, you and I have been friends, like, 6 years?
5 or 6 years. Probably on the 5 mark.
Yeah. So, we've been friends for a while, and we know a lot of shit about each other, but there's still some things that, like, I learned about that when we were doing, like, the weekly confessional on Just Pitch. That, oh my God, there's things that I've, like, shoved back in my mind that I'm like, I don't want to think about this. But all right, so do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? What do you want to do?
I'll go first.
Alrighty.
See how this goes. Okay. All right, so my first one. When I was at school at the Art Institute, after I graduated high school, I was actually approached to do some voice acting for Activision, which was right behind the school, which is freaking awesome. And then, also, when I was at the Art Institute, one of my instructors was an animator on The Simpsons, like the earlier episodes. And then, when I moved to Texas, my first job here, I was a server at Olive Garden. And I actually waited on JC from the Kid Craddock show, not knowing that was him, until, like, one of my friends told me. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, so those are your 3?
Those are the 3.
Okay, so my first question is about the voice acting. Mm-hmm. Did they tell you any kind of specific voice acting they wanted you to do? Did they have anything in mind?
Well, it was for a video game that, because that's what Activision does, that they were going to be releasing. It was more like a sports one. They do like some sports games and stuff like that. So it was just like voices for, like, things that the characters would say, like, as they were, like, doing stuff. Like, I didn't get, like, too much information because the whole thing is that I didn't have, like, the transportation. Like, even though it was there, like, right behind the school, to get up there the times that they were wanting me to go, I would have to find a bus because I didn't have a car, and, like, walking distance was really far, and it fucking sucked.
Okay. So, now, I'm not going to ask a question about Olive Garden because I know you used to work there. I remember you telling me that. Mm-hmm. However, I don't remember the story about JC. Let's see here. Now, I know who JC from Kid Kodak is. I know who that is. What would be my second question then? How many seasons did your teacher work on The Simpsons, like the earlier animation?
He was on it for about 5 seasons. And then, he had his other work. Because a lot of the instructors at the Art Institute were actually, this wasn't their first job. It wasn't their only job. They actually worked out in the field, which, you would expect and hope. But, a lot of them actually had a lot more experience than what you would think. And he was my graphic arts teacher. So it was basically, a lot of, logos and stuff like that we would use certain images to create some other images, just in different ways that you would think about it. But he did it for, the first 5 seasons is what he did it.
Okay. Wow, these are good. I don't know which one's the lies and which one's the truth. I don't know. Okay, so let me think of another question to ask you.
Un mas, Stephanie. Un mas, Stephanie.
Okay. So, this is when... Okay. Was this when you were in high school?
What?
Because you said the Art Institute.
Yeah, I graduated in 2005, and then I gave myself the summer, so that fall... I moved to Santa Monica, California, and went to Art Institute because I got accepted, which I thought was super fucking awesome that I got accepted. But it's one of those schools where if you have the money, yeah, we'll take you.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, yeah, I went in. I first started for media art and animation, but I wanted to change my major to game art and design. But I ended up going back home to Kansas City.
I could so see you doing that, though.
I know. I really
she's a fantastic artist, guys.
Hit myself in the head sometimes thinking back and really regretting the decision that I made to just come back and work at a fucking call center in Kansas City. I wish I could have just stuck it out a little more, but I don't know. I guess I just wasn't ready for it.
Who's to say you're not fucking ready for it now?
Because it's a lot of money. And I already owe a lot for cosmetology school.
Isn't that amazing, though? To get a job that we want, we have to put ourselves in debt with school. Yeah. I mean, I can't even remember what other country it is that they don't charge for college.
Isn't it Denmark or Sweden or something like that?
Something. There, yeah.
But yeah, that would be fucking awesome if you could get an education without having to pay out the ass. I can understand more trade schools, which is well, Art Institute isn't like that because had I graduated, it would have been a bachelor's of science degree. But cosmetology, electrician, trade schools, I could understand paying for that. But if you're wanting to get an actual degree, why should you have to pay so much money?
That's ridiculous.
When, you get public school for free for so long. Well, why can't you as an adult get that education too,
I agree with you.
It's stupid.
So, okay. Anyways, I have a bad habit of getting off track.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay.
I wish y'all could see her chipmunk, her squirrel face.
Yeah, I was telling you, I wish that we could make that audio somehow.
Okay, so the one. Okay, so the one that I think the truth is when you worked at Olive Garden and met JC. I think that's the truth.
No.
It's not?
No.
Oh, okay. 0 points for me. Which one's the truth?
The truth is that one of my instructors out of the Art Institute was an animator on The Simpsons.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. He was the best teacher I had. He had the best personality, which sucks because for the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he was the only one that I liked so much. I think it was Mr. Because we called him by a shortening of something. I think it was Mr. G or something like that. But
that is awesome.
But yeah, it was really cool when I found that out. The first day of class introductories, and that's what he introduced on. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
That if I had done animation for Simpsons, that'd be what I would talk about too. I'd be hey guys, guess what I did? All right, so you ready for my first one?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I like to sneak up behind Scott with my butt cheeks apart and yell, check out my pow pow, then run away.
sad that I could see you doing it. Tongue punching.
Okay. One time I walked in on my mom and stepdad having a sexual encounter with other couples.
Oh, man.
And then one time I tried to butter dance and didn't tell anyone because I was embarrassed.
Oh, my God.
Wait, can you explain to them what butter dancing is real quick?
Here I go with my emphysema laugh. So, I did not know what the butter dance was, and Stephanie was a model for me for one of my things at cosmetology school. So she came, stayed the night. She's like, "Have you ever seen the butter dance?" I'm like, "What the fuck is the butter dance?" And apparently it was some performance arts piece of some, I don't know, she looked like she was like Polynesian or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, she's, you know, a thicker girl. She had those curves where you want them and where you don't.
And where you don't.
And she was all in black. It was just her on a stage. And keep in mind, she's wearing like fucking heels. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they weren't like stilettos or anything like that, but it was fucking heels. Next thing you know, she's stepping onto huge blocks of butter.
Not even sticks, blocks.
No, they were blocks. Like, you know, I'm a chef at a big restaurant and I need a lot of butter, so here's my block of butter. 2 blocks, probably. It was 2 blocks of butter.
Yeah.
She steps atop the butter and begins to sway in motions of dancing with her hips and her arms and legs. And
like, she is being completely, like, modern art style about it.
Yes, very serious about the butter dance.
Oh, yeah.
Well, someone, which I fucking appreciate for thinking that this would be the best song to put on top of it, used Adele's
Someone Like You.
Someone Like You.
Yeah.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. And they put this on top of her dancing, you know, because I think the original one was like, it was like drums and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was more like tribal.
Tribal type beat. But someone put Adele's Someone Like You on this. And she, and the thing is, Stephanie pointed out fucking brilliantly when we were watching it, is how the fuck are you going to make a face of fright when you're falling on your ass when you know that you're stepping onto butter and trying to dance in heels?
She was like fucking surprised. Like, oh fuck, what shit? What
I
happened?
can't believe I fell and I was standing on butter dancing. I can't believe it. No. Yeah, you're gonna fucking believe it. So, that's what the butter dance is. It's fucking hilarious. And
You see, go to YouTube, type it in, butter dance. I promise you will be so happy. I promise.
I want someone to redo it with hello.
Actually, the other day, Shauna had come over. I say the other day, it was like 2-3 weeks ago. Shauna had come over, and I have this nightgown that, like, you know, they got holes in them. They're so comfortable.
Your dirty moo-moos?
Yeah. So we're in the bathroom, and I'm putting on my makeup and everything, and we're listening to Hello. And as soon as she goes, "Hello, it's me," my nipple literally pops out of like the little hole. So I'm like the entire time I'm looking at Shauna like, "Hello," like swaying my boobie back and forth.
No, you weren't telling anyone else your tea party plate nipples.
You got that from my sister. My sister's mean. She says I have like saucer nipples, and
No,
she's
that's
got
what
ghost
we were
titties.
doing. That was that same night you showed me the butter dance. You and me started laughing about it because you had told me your sister said something about them being saucers. And I know how crazy you are about Alice in Wonderland, so I was like, oh, it's tea party saucer plates.
Alice in Wonderland saucer titties. It's tea time. Tea time.
Okay, so
Okay.
For some reason, I really want to, like, skip the questions and just really be like, you tried to do the butter dance is your truth. Because I really see you trying to do that.
Yeah.
That was the truth?
No. All right, so you don't want to ask any questions?
I can't. I got sidetracked with the fucking butter. I can't remember what the other ones. Oh, okay. Sex, swingers, and what was the first one?
Check out my pal pal.
Check out my pal pal. See, you do that shit too. Okay, so first question. Are you and Scott typically comfortable just running around the house naked? Is that a common thing you do in the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least in our underwear. Yeah.
Did your parents try to explain to you why other people were playing in the Cabbage Patch?
Nope. They sure didn't. Did I not learn anything from the butter dance lady?
Well, the thing is that I don't think you would ever be too embarrassed to say that, yeah, you tried it. So.
Valid point.
I think, kind of based on how you answered the second question, your truth was that you walked in on your parents?
Nope.
No? Okay. Because you answered it quick. I was like, well, maybe that was true. Okay. All right.
I love to sneak up on Scott.
You do that? You spread them?
I'll sneak up beside him. And it's so weird being a big girl, like, trying to sneak up on someone while spreading your butt cheeks apart. So
that's a lot of heavy breathing.
I know.
You sneak up on Noah?
I'll walk up to him and I'll be like, Scott, check out my pal pal. And the trick is, like, you gotta run away as quick as you can so they don't, like, really understand what they were just staring into.
You just want to be one with the cats.
We were talking earlier about how obscene my cat's buttholes are.
Thou shalt love my asshole.
Oh, God. Okay, so 0 and 0. Oh, dude, don't worry. We're going like... Oh, you need actual time?
Mm-hmm.
Actual time is... Alright, I got you. 3:56.
Okay, cool.
What time do you have until?
Probably about like 4:30.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so second set?
Second set, yeah.
Second set. Okay. So, alright. I have paper notes. I went old school with this shit. I got separated. Okay, well, I guess I need to explain this a little bit here.
Okay.
This was in Kansas City. There used to be a casino called Sam's Town. They closed it and reopened it as Ameristar. Okay. So, just wanted to explain that. Okay, so I got separated from my parents at Ameristar when it reopened because I got distracted by a magician.
Okay, that sounds like you.
At the age of like 12 or 13. And my mom literally grabbed me by my hair violently because she was pissed that she could find me. I was like 12 or 13. Like, who the fuck gets lost at that age when you're with your parents still? Okay, so I was chosen as a child actor when I was 5 for a local grocery store in Kansas City. It was no, like, actual part. It was just me, like, being in the cart and, like, just
being cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, when I was 15, I actually got into, like, a huge fight with my mom, and I actually, like, ran away, and the cops found me, like, 6 hours later and took me home, and that was, like, a fucking mess. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So, first question I want to ask regarding your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever really done something to your mom that, like, from the bottom of your heart, you're like, oh, fuck, I regret that. Should have never done that.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I have too, if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Hence the reason I live in Texas now.
Yeah.
I did some stupid shit.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So, second question is, what did they want you to say in that commercial?
I told you there was no talking parts. It was just...
Oh, it was just
I was just in the cart,
That's right.
yeah.
You said you
it
did
was just
say that.
filming.
Okay, so they didn't want you to say shit. They wanted you to be cute.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the first one was, what magic act specifically, like, really was like, wow. What are this?
What are this that you do in front of fountain at the casino? He was like doing shit with fire. I can't really explain other than
she goes, he was doing shit with fire. Hashtag doing shit with fire. I just like the way that sounds. Doing shit with fire. Okay. I gotta up my game because I could see all of these happening. You are a unicorn like myself. Everyone knows that unicorns love magic. Doesn't matter how old you are. Mm-hmm. So the 12 or 13 thing is relevant because we're unicorns.
Rather than being one of those girls who was obsessed with like makeup and shit, I got distracted by a magician.
Okay. Okay, I don't know your mom well enough to know if she would call the cops. Now, my mom, one time she had to call the cops when my sister ran away. But it doesn't matter what kind of mom they are. If they're worried enough, they're going to call the cops. Mm-hmm. So what was the second one again? Forgot it already.
Oh, it was getting lost at the casino.
Yeah.
Child acting.
Acting.
When I was 15, I ran away from home.
And you were a cute kid. Like, I've seen you post pictures, like...
I was adorable. I don't know what the fuck happened.
No, you just came into your unicornness. You were a baby unicorn. You know, like, real unicorns have curves.
I was precious.
You were precious. You still
like,
are precious.
High school, like, I wish I knew what I knew now to, like, make myself feel better about myself, like, then. Because I probably would have liked high school a lot better. Because I didn't really know too much about makeup or hair or, you know. I mean, I dyed my hair at, like, 15 and stuff like that. That's when I started coloring my hair. But, yeah, I probably would have been a lot happier person other than just some fat girl who was always the friend who had the hot friends.
You know what? Don't say that about yourself, though. I mean, because...
No, but that was then. Like, not now. Like,
yeah.
You know,
Do you know who Whitney Waythor is?
Who's Whitney Waythor?
Have you ever heard of My Big Fat Fabulous Life?
I've seen but not watched.
I promise you, if you watch an episode of that, you will probably cry.
I probably will. I cry at a lot of stuff. I still cry at Disney movies.
I do too.
That I've seen like 100 times.
I can't watch Robin Hood anymore. Like, watching that as an adult, when the mama rabbit is feeding the baby rabbits rainwater, I lose my shit. Like, it made me sad when I was like a child.
Oh, no, Lolly! Now, that movie did not make me cry.
Next time you go to that scene.
No, the one that gets me is when that fat fuck comes in and takes the kid's birthday money.
Oh, that motherfucker! and then he takes his hat off. You see one tear. That was my birthday money, sir.
That was my birthday money, sir. And then the rooster comes in. Oodalolly! No, he didn't actually do that, but I love the rooster. Oodalolly, oodalolly, golly, what a day.
We should do another one sometime that's like Disney sing-along songs.
Yes!
Songs for adults. Because...
But no. I opted that you cannot do fuck it all, fuck it all. That
No.
Let It Go version.
I don't even like Let It Go.
It's so stupid.
No. My favorite. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? And then every time I hear the part, I want to be where the people are. I just imagine myself on the floor, like, flopping around, like, trying to stand up and shit. Anyways, okay. All right. So, the one that I think is the truth, because they're all believable to me. That's the truth right there.
I worked hard on these, motherfucker.
I think it's you running away. And the reason I say that is because I've done shit like that. Like, when we're at that 15, 16 age, I remember that shit. Like, love was the most important thing in the world, and your friends were the most important thing in the world, and hurting your mom's feelings was the last thing on it. You didn't care. I know that's how it was for me.
That's how it is for a lot of people. Actually, that wasn't my truth. My truth was fucking magician.
You truly are a motherfucking unicorn!
No, but I understand, like, and that's why I was like, oh, this one's gonna, like, trip her up. Because it is true, like, there is this, like, thing where as far as, like, girls and their mothers, for some reason, have this thing where they just, you know, at some point, it's just like, you know, fuck
war.
you.
Complete war. Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't have that with my mom.
Really?
I never did. Like, I mean, yeah, I had those times of, like, being mad at her and stuff like that. But, you know, at that age, like, I honestly, like, I didn't have a lot of friends. Like, I was a loner. I was always at home. Like, I never got invited to parties. I never went out on dates. Like, I didn't do any of that stuff because no one ever took interest in me like that. Like, I mean,
I didn't know that about you.
I was the type of person in school where, yeah, I talked to everyone. And I always tried to be real cool with everyone, but I wasn't ever that somebody's friend, you know? I never was. Like, I never did anything. And the one friend that I did have, like, growing up in school, like, she was always sick, and then she ended up dropping out of, like, high school. Like, so I didn't ever have, like, that friend at school. Like,
wow,
and not until, like, after I graduated, then I started hanging out with my friends, Kita and Carmen. And, like, that's after high school is when I started doing stuff with people.
Now, when did you meet Mary and Rachel, though?
Well, the thing is with them, too, is that they were younger than me.
Oh.
I've been friends with them for a long time, but the thing is that I was, 16 when I met Rachel, so she was like 12, 13.
Oh, okay.
They're a lot younger than me. Like, okay, I'm 29 now. Rachel and Mary are 25.
Okay.
So there's that age difference.
Okay.
So even if, you know, I was, you know, I had friends. I wasn't saying that I didn't have friends. Like,
but it just wasn't like you to go out and stuff.
Those, yeah, exactly. I never went to parties or anything like that because, A, I didn't have the friends in my age group that, you know, anyone ever invited me to anything. And then the other friends that I had were too young and didn't do those things. So I didn't do anything. I wasn't a bad kid. Like, I didn't cause any trouble. I mean, I was lazy. Like, I always got in trouble for, like, my grades. But I never got in trouble for things that normal 15, 16-year-olds usually get in trouble for because of boys and going out and stuff like that.
My trouble was boys. That's what it was. Not like I was a slut or anything like that. I don't know. Yeah. But no, I didn't I never tried drugs until I was 18. Mm-hmm. I didn't sneak. I never not once snuck out of the house.
I never did either.
So, no, I feel you. And what it was I was always out and about, but that's because I was in drill team. So I was always doing shit with them. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was out of that. Well, that's awesome that you never had to have that kind of fallout with your mom because I one of the things I regret the most is
I almost did. When I moved to Texas, like, you know that backstory. Like, I'm not going to talk about it publicly.
Yeah, I remember.
I almost had that with her because I was making stupid decisions. And I'm glad that it never got to that point.
Me too.
And I am, you know, I've always been close to my mom. And it's not like I never did anything when I was younger. I was in cheerleading. I was in dance. You know, I did those things. But it was always like, Elaina goes and does these things. And Elaina comes home and she's good. Like, I never did anything. I never did anything.
Wow. I see, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, knowing you now, I wouldn't have ever pegged you as that kid that would just do what they were doing and then come straight home.
Yeah.
I never would have pegged that on I would never thought that. So, anyways, you ready for my next one?
Yes.
Okay. When I found out about the glitter roots thing, I literally cried. You know the thing, the glitter roots?
I'm sure you did.
Okay. One time I had sex in a Taco Bell bathroom. And then the other one, every year around Christmas, I try to record at least one Christmas carol with my cats on my phone.
Well, you are a crazy cat lady.
Yes, first and foremost.
I don't find you being that open to do something like having sex in a public bathroom. I mean, you're a pretty open person, but as far as something that intimate, I don't see you being that type of person. But I don't know, you may have. Maybe it was just like one of those bucket list things. Oh, fuck you in the Taco Bell bathroom. Come here, baby.
Let me just prop my foot up on this toilet.
Open the baby changing station and throw me on it. No, I hope you didn't eat no tacos or burritos before that, because that could have gotten, like, really raunchy.
She frosted me like a fucking cupcake.
Taco Bell goes through you pretty quick, so
Yeah,
I
it does.
hope it was prior, while you were, like, maybe waiting for your order. Where's my Nacho Bel Grande? I'm hungry as fuck.
And while I'm waiting. Okay, what are your questions?
Do you ever share your Christmas carols with your cats?
Nope.
It's just a private thing?
Oh, I nodded my head yes. Sorry. I forgot about you guys.
Charlie, you can't see me. Let me see. Okay, it was the cats, it was the glitter, and what was the other one?
Having sex in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, we just had a big old thing about that. Excuse my dementia. Was anyone with you when you found out about the glitter roots?
Scott?
Did he console you in any way?
No. He made fun of me. He made fun of me. He goes, oh my God. And he just started making fun of me. Tell me you're not really going to do that. And I'm like, I'm really going to do this.
I just turned that into 3. But I think your truth was about the glitter roots.
The truth is about the glitter roots?
I think you got so excited you cried.
Elaina, when I was like 19, I had sex in a Taco Bell bathroom.
Oh my God.
I wish that wasn't the truth, okay? Okay, I wish it wasn't, but it was. Damn it.
So you were waiting for the Nacho Bel Grande. Whew.
That's like one of the dirtiest things I've ever done. And he was
so freaky.
A little bit. A little bit. I've toned down a lot.
Oh, you was a 19-year-old thought.
Yeah.
Ew, cochina. That's so...
It was my first love, and I would have
never-
done anything for him.
I guess that's true. Like, people do some, like, crazy shit when, like, they were first getting into the whole, like,
He was like
sex
26,
thing.
and I was 19, and I would have done anything he wanted me to do.
He was classy.
He was not classy.
Obviously.
Oh, God. Trust me, I wish those other two were the truth, Elaina. I swear to God I do, but...
I could just see you crying about the glitter roots out of excitement. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Not because it, like, you know, I don't know. Okay, so my final set. When I was 18, I wanted a tattoo. And my grandma was actually the one who took me and paid for it.
Grandma? Your grandma?
My grandma.
Okay.
Yeah. And, I actually lived in Mexico from when I was born to when I was 3 years old.
No, you didn't.
And how do you fucking know?
Because I don't ever remember you talking about that. No, I don't think that's it. What's the next one?
This one I already let off too, but I was an honor student.
You mean to tell me your grandma took you in to go get a tattoo?
She so fucking did. She's gangster as fuck.
I was like, this bitch has never talked about living in Mexico. And that's something I would remember, because then I'd make fun of her and be like, hey, you're Mexican. You were born in Mexico. Something like, I would remember.
I am Mexican, but I was born in the United States, and I am not very Mexican.
You're Mexican.
I sure am. I don't speak a lick of Spanish.
So did your grandma want to get a tattoo? Like, tell me about this.
No, I wanted a tattoo, and my grandma said that she would pay for it, and she's the one that took me up there.
Was your mom mad at her?
No. It was something that I wanted. But also, too, like, my mom gave me a lot of freedoms at that time, too. Which is funny, because you would think that I would have caused more problems, because when my parents divorced, like, a lot of stuff that I wanted to do, I was usually granted. But I was never the type to want to do stupid shit. So I guess that's why she was always okay with me, like... Well, I mean, it was, like, around that age, like, when my parents got it. I was, like, 16, 17, 18. Like, once I got to, like, the legal age of, like, wanting to do it, she didn't have a problem with it. And after I graduated high school, like, I was running all over town. But it's not like I was doing bad things. I was just going to my friend's house,
yourself.
Stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really wanted a tattoo. I actually drew it myself. Like, I have 2 tattoos, and I have drawn both of them.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's something I didn't... Well, I mean, I should have figured that with how good of an artist you are.
I've always said that every tattoo that I get, I want it to be something that I drew myself. But I am contemplating, because the only thing is that, because, you know, I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Naoko Takeuchi's art. And that's, like, from the mangas, the actual, like, comic books.
Okay.
Her art is just fucking stunning. And that is the only other thing that I would want replicated. And it would have to be perfect, too. I want to, like, you know, shaky hand fucking tattoo artist. Like, I want a good tattoo artist.
Yeah.
I really, really, really want some Sailor Moon tattoos. I really love to get, like, a fucking 3/4 sleeve of
I
it.
could see you doing that.
And I would want her art specifically. Like, I wouldn't draw it myself. I would choose the pictures that I want that she's actually created herself and get that on me. But, like, the artist has to be fucking on point with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be, like, severely disappointed.
Yeah, you're going to spend a lot of money for something that's going to be on you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I get it. So,
yeah.
That's funny, too, because with that whole set, I was like, no. I know which one. I know which one's the truth this time.
I farted out at that point. I was like, I can't fucking think of anything. Everything went into the other ones.
So, okay. Here's my last one. Okay. One time I accidentally ran over a cat and had my ex-boyfriend go pick it up so I could have a funeral for it.
I can see you doing that.
One time I had a sex dream about being a furry, and I was so concerned about it that I went and talked to my therapist about it.
Furry scare the fuck out of me.
Look, if you had a dream about you being a furry and you had a therapist, would you not go tell your therapist about it?
I would, and, like, you know, I've been to anime conventions, and furries scare the fuck out of me. I run every time they are near.
Okay, and here's the other one. One time my sister found a serious strap-on in my room and gave it to my mom.
Oh my god. How old was your sister?
She was like 12.
So she didn't really know what it was?
Nope.
No, she did?
She didn't.
She didn't? Okay. Nowadays, like, 12-year-olds know everything about
she
sex.
Didn't, like... My sister is still very naive.
She's pure and innocent.
I like that, though, but I think a lot of times she tries to maintain that with me. But it was so funny, like, we were talking about rim jobs on one of our podcasts. And we were like, Kirsten, do you know what a rim job is? She's like, I think it has something to do with motorcycles.
Maybe she is putting a front on for you. Because I would honestly probably say something in regards to something to do with sex.
Yeah, right?
At that age.
She's 18 now. It drives me crazy.
Okay. Okay, so it was your sister and the strap-on. The cat funeral. Okay. What did you put the cat in?
A little shoebox.
A shoebox. And what was the other one? your sister, the cat, and what was that one?
About the furry thing.
Oh, furries.
Fuck furries.
Fuck the furries. What did the therapist say about the furry?
She said that it was just my subconscious way of trying to deal with my sexuality. Because I just came out to my grandma telling her about me being bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned around and had that dream. So she said it was my subconscious way of making myself comfortable with being open about my sexuality. Because I never want to tell my grandma anything that's going to make her think bad of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think your truth was about the cat.
You think so?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, so, Elaina, one time, I had an ex-boyfriend that liked to be fucked in the butt with a strap on. My sister found it in my room and gave it to my mom.
God.
Elaina, look at me in the eyes. It was a double-ended strap-on. I mean, serious strap-on. Those other things I said, I wish they were the truth.
How are you gonna say the Taco Bell's the freakiest thing you did? Oh my God!
Why?
Ooh, girl.
Yeah, I've done some kinky stuff.
Yeah, you have.
I've done kinky stuff. But it was all like in my early years.
Early kinky years.
Yeah, I haven't. Oh, you know what today's day is? Oh my God, today's the 12th.
Yeah.
Today, December 12th. 12/12/12.
And it's not 12/12/12.
This marks my 12th year to this day losing my virginity.
What? You remember the day you lost it?
December 12th.
I don't.
Tiffany's birthday's tomorrow, and that's the only reason I can remember.
Oh. I broke my hymen the day before my friend's birthday.
I celebrated early for her. All right, so now the next thing that we want to move on to, and the last thing that we want to move on to. All right, okay, so this is things we thought as children, and we each came up with 5.
Yes, we came up with 5. We thought when we were kids.
Yeah. All right, so you go ahead and go first with your first one.
Okay.
Sarah. I'm going to leave that one for last. Yeah. I'll start with my weakest. Okay. So, I used to think that when I was a kid and we were driving in the car at night, that the moon followed me.
I almost put that one too. I thought the same thing. Oh my gosh, don't feel bad. I almost put that one too. I bet you a lot of kids have thought that.
I think so. Like, I used to think that it followed me because it liked me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I really loved the moon. I still love the moon.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought that it followed me. Not
That's
realizing
awesome.
that it's just like billions and billions and billions and miles away. Everyone can see it, but I was special.
Okay, so I'll do one in relation to that then. Okay. When I was little and I would lay in the backseat of the car, like, you know, when you're laying flat, you know, when you're on the highway, you see all those lights.
Yeah.
Well, I would see them upside down. And, you know, because I'm laying there, and I thought that when I would lay down, they would turn into aliens and follow me.
That's nice.
The aliens are following me.
I thought it was cool. I'm like, I'm faster than all these aliens. My mom drives faster than them.
You'll never get me. Ah.
All right. Go with another one.
Okay. So
I used to think
for a moment in my young life that I was really adopted from China because my brother always told me.
Oh my God!
I used to have nothing but a ponytail back in the day because I had a lot of hair and my mom didn't want to mess with it, so it was always in a ponytail, and so they would be tight mom ponytails. And sorry, not trying to get like mean Chinese people, but
it would pull your eyes up.
It would pull my eyes up, and my brother would make fun of me.
Oh my God!
I literally believed it for like a slight bit.
But still, I can imagine being like, whoa. I'd be like,
Wait.
whoa.
So I like Chinese food so much.
Is this why I'm into the Asian culture? Like, if my skin would have been tanner and I would have had the same, I would have thought the same thing.
So instead of being there making rice patties, I'm here in school.
Okay, so you remember Fruit Gushers?
Yes.
When my brother and I were little,
Mm-hmm.
now my stepbrother's only 6 months younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember when we first saw the advertisement for it, and we were dying. We begged Mom, get some Fruit Gushers, get some Fruit Gushers. But she finally got some from the store.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I started crying our eyes out when our heads did not turn into fruit. We thought this was really going to happen.
That's like my mom always used to tell us that when she was little, she used to think that the scrub and bubbles actually like cleaned everything for you. She would just spray it, and she was just waiting for them to work.
You ask her mom, did the little eyeballs pop up too and start going? All right, shoot me another one.
Okay. So, again, this one I'll have to explain. This is just because of, like, a fucking mean girl when I was younger.
Girls are fucking awful.
Girls are bitches.
Yeah, they are.
Bitches.
Thank you, Miss Palin. Thank you.
Oh, you know, I just had to step in there. Go ahead. So I used to think that the dimples that I have on my knuckles when they're relaxed was something bad. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like you have your hand relaxed, and where your knuckles are when they're relaxed, there's like tiny little dimples for the most part in most people.
Yeah.
And it was some girl, like, when I was younger, I lived in, like, a mobile home park, and don't think, like, trashy, like, it was a pretty nice area, but there had been, a girl that I had met there, and, like, we were younger, like
how oldish?
Probably, like, kindergarten, maybe first grade. I was young.
Yeah.
But I remember one day my mom allowed me to go to her house and play, and we were in her room. And she had, like, this really cute, like, you know, kitty cat stuffed animals and stuff like that. And I asked her if I could play with them. And she goes, no, wait. I was like, she's like, you know, like, she, you know, gave me some crap about, like, you know, no one really plays with them and stuff like that.
My mom will get mad, type of thing.
Yeah. And she goes, and because you have that on your hand. I was like, what? And, like, at first I thought she was talking about, because I have a scar here from when I was a baby. I pulled on my mom's curling iron.
Yeah.
So I have a burn mark on my hand. And I thought that's what she was talking about. And, you know, I didn't explain or anything like that. I was like, well, you mean this? And she goes, no, like those. And she pointed at the dimples on my hand. I'm like... You know, I was little, so I didn't think anything of it. And so, you know, I decided, I was like, fine, I'm just going to fucking go home because she won't let me play with anything.
Yeah, she's being mean
because
to me.
she had been to my house before, and I let her play with all my Barbies and stuffed animals, and we were playing around the house and stuff like that.
Wow.
So, you know, I was sad. I went home. But I never questioned why. And I remember for a while thinking that these dimples I had on my hands was something bad. And
how, excuse me, how long did you think that for?
I mean, it wasn't like that long because, you know, you're a kid, you tend to forget things. But,
Yeah.
you know, I just remember that making me feel really bad. Like I thought something like that was bad. I was like, what?
That's crazy.
It is. So, like, I used to think when I was little that the dimples that you have when your knuckles are relaxed was something bad.
Wow. That's different.
Yeah.
And also, it brings up another valid point. Kids are fucking mean.
They are. They're so fucking honest. But, like, some of the shit that they come up with, too, like, kids aren't mean. Like, it's the brutal honesty, but then when their imagination gets away with them, like, they can be really mean little fuckers.
Yeah. So, okay. This one, I have two more after this one that I think are even better. But when I was in 2nd grade, my mom had told me, I don't know if you knew this, but my parents used to raise and breed dogs. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
We had a dog run in the backyard
wow.
and everything. And that's why I actually got cats. Because being in an apartment, I felt it was wrong to keep any dog, big, little, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You need to have a backyard. That's how I was brought up.
Yeah.
So that's what got me stuck on cats. Truthfully, I was a dog lover. I didn't even like cats. I know, I almost used that in one of them. But anyway, she told me that all good pet owners try their dog's food at least once, and it helps connect them. I tried my dog's food. Tasted like shit. And I went to my teacher.
Was it the dry kind or the kind in gravy?
Nope, it was the dry kind. The gravy probably would have helped. But it was the dry kind. And later, when I learned that it had rat's blood in it, I about died.
Oh my god!
I felt like I was going to kill myself. Like I was like, oh my god, I ate what?
Yeah.
I went to school and I told my teacher, and I was like, yeah, well, you know, my dog and I we're pretty connected. My teacher laughed so hard. She said, have you told your mother yet? And I was like, no. She just said to do it, so I just did it. I didn't feel like I needed to talk to her about it. She goes, go home and tell your mom what you did.
Oh my god.
And I did, and they laughed their asses off. Like,
oh my god.
Between my mom and my teacher.
I probably would have too if Zeke ever came home and, you know, told me a story like that. I ate our dog's food.
I thought it would make us connected.
You want to be connected to your dog. Go take him for a fucking walk.
Oh, God. All right, you go.
Okay. So I used to think that, okay, I have not had the best body image thoughts about myself, so this ties into that. And I used to think that skinny, pretty girls did not fart or shit.
Have you ever heard dynamite comes in small packages? Elaina.
I seriously thought, like, my skinny, pretty friends did not fart.
So did you just think they didn't have a pow-pow, or, like, what?
I guess. I didn't think they had pow-pows. I don't know. Like, I don't know why I thought that, but, like, you know, because I always felt...
Because there's no room for there to be one.
Right.
You're too tiny. You don't have room for it.
Something so stupid that I thought, and, like, now, you know, like, you know, the thin, like, health addict people are the ones who have, like, the rankest shit ever. All those supplements and shit.
I'm going to have to send you some videos from Whitney Waythor. She has really changed the way I feel about myself. Mm-hmm. She has PCOS. She used to be a dancer, just like myself. Mm-hmm. And when she gained all of her weight, she stopped dancing, just like myself. She thought she wasn't worthy, and she spent 10 years in depression. Mm-hmm. I'm going to, I have to send you some stuff, because you can even look on YouTube for her full episodes. Like, Whitney Waythor, if you ever get the chance to listen to this, I don't know if I'd ever be that lucky, but you're my hero, and you've been in my pitch several times. And, no BS. Hashtag no BS. No body shame. Mm-hmm. She's in charge of the No Body Shame campaign. She's
that's
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's amazing. Like, when you see her, you feel connected to her. You're like, I feel like if I were to meet her in person, we'd be best fucking friends. Yeah. Like, I feel like I already know her. I will show you the light.
No, I understand, like, that feeling, like, cause, you know, remember I was telling you I was doing plexus for a bit, and, shout out Spanky Shrinks. I found this lady on YouTube, Spanky Shrinks.
Okay. What's her info? Go ahead and throw that out there if you have it.
It's just, you can search her on YouTube. I can't remember how she has it set up on YouTube to actually just go straight to that, but you can search Spanky, 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 Shrinks, SHRINKS.
Okay.
And, but she has videos from, like, when she first started Plexus to, like, her still doing them. And she's so personable, and, like, I've had interaction with her, like, via Facebook Messenger. Like, I'm friends with her on Facebook
That's
now,
amazing.
like, personal friends.
Yeah.
And not just, like, me from liking her page and stuff like that, but she's so informative, and she's so, like, personable. She's awesome. And she really has, like, opened my eyes to, like, what it is that a body really needs, and how to take care of yourself better. The fact that it's not just about the weight loss, that it's about taking care of your body and what your body needs and stuff like that. So,
and
that's how I got hooked on Plexus.
Having PCOS, your body never gets what it needs.
Exactly. Yeah. And she has PCOS.
Yep,
tons of other people, like, sorry, not trying to, like, pump up Plexus, but that's what I'm into right now.
I think that's awesome, though.
Unfortunately, I haven't had it. Like, I started it end of June, ended it end of July. I did 1 month of it, and I had lost, like, 4 pounds. But it's been 5 months since I haven't had Plexus, but I've kept hold to, like, things that I was doing, like, portioning my food, the fact that I barely eat red meat anymore. It's a lot of chicken and ground turkey and fish, and, just keeping all of that, even without having the Plexus. It's been 5 months altogether. I've lost 20 pounds.
Wow. I think what I want to do another time is because Michelle, I know you met her at my party. She started doing Plexus. She's been on it for 2 months and she's lost 30 pounds.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I was going to have her on and do a Plexus podcast, and I would love to have you on it as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sure, that would probably be a time where, like, I'd go pick you up or something. We'd go out to Shauna's. Yeah. Or set up like you were talking about. And
it's a lot bigger.
Right.
Because right now we're in a closet.
Yes. Very small closet. So, okay. I have 2 more. And these are both pretty hilarious. Okay. So when I was little, I had a pet hermit crab. And his name was Hermit. I was not very creative with the name. And I was playing with him one day, trying to get him to come out of his shell. I'm like, come on, Hermie, come on. I broke his leg off, and I killed him.
Oh, my God, you fucking told me about this.
Did I? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish it for the rest of the listeners, though. Okay. So I concealed this for a month. My mom knew it was dead, but she didn't know I killed it. I had a hard time sleeping. I wasn't doing well in school. Like, this was eating me alive.
I know. Oh my God.
So, about a month after the event, I went into my mom's room in the middle of the night, and I violently started shaking her, and I'm like, Mom, I can't take it anymore. I killed Hermit. I killed him. And she gets so fucking mad at me. She's about to throw something at me. And then she falls back onto the bed, laughing her ass off. And I'm like, what's so funny about this? I'm going to die and go to hell. I'm going to go to hell for killing my hermit crab. So, yeah, when I was little, I thought killing my hermit crab warranted me going to hell.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go.
So my last one, you're probably going to make a lot of fun of me for this.
Oh, I can't wait.
My boyfriend made a lot of fun of me for this. I used to think that fingering yourself was running your hands up and down your body sexually.
Elaina, how do you feel about me fingering myself in front of you?
Stop it, I'm embarrassed.
How old were you when you thought this?
Like, fucking, I don't know, like, probably like 10, 11, like, I was young.
Oh my God.
Like, the only reason why is because, like, the friend that I was telling you about in high school, I had been friends with her for a while, but she dropped out. Well, I had known her since, like, we were 9. And, unfortunately, one of her, like, core cousins lived with her. And she was, like, around the same age as us, and, like, at 12, she was already sexually active.
At 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend that she lost
pretty
when she was
gross.
12.
So, like, that's why I guess from them, like, is why, like, conversations like that would come up. And she was actually the one who taught me what fingering really was. Like, not how to do it, but like, that's
take your 2 fingers.
That's not what fingering is touching running your hands over your body sexually. That is not fingering.
I'm just gonna, like, finger myself all over the house now. Don't mind me, Scott. I'm just gonna finger myself. I'm gonna finger bang myself.
I really thought that's what it was for the longest time.
Finger bangies when you do it like this.
Yeah, when you
just
like
poke. Finger bang.
Bang bang.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to follow up with that one. But when I was little, like between the ages of like 8 and 10, I thought I was the sole person in my city that controlled the wind and thunderstorms. Because I would go like this.
You Sailor Jupiter.
Pretty much. I would like move my hands in like a certain motion, and like my friends that would hang out with me like, you just made the wind do that. I'm like, I know. Watch me do it the other way.
No, I did a lot of like, I didn't think that I was doing these things, but like I did a lot of imagination play when I was little. Like I fucking love, like she is my queen, Laura Croft from Tomb Raider. Like I used to, cause we had this huge ass backyard and we had like a trampoline and shit like that. And I used to play Tomb Raider all the time. And, like, I would get on the trampoline, and that's how I could do, like, the big jumps like she did, and, like, the double flip forward and shit like that. Like, I was Laura Croft in the backyard acting like a fuckhead. And, like, just bang, bang. Like, my dogs would be running around playing and shit. Like, taking a dump when they're supposed to be the bad guy. It's like, come on, Jelly Bean, work with me.
You had a dog named Jelly Bean?
I did! He was like the cutest dog ever. He was a miniature pincher, but he was mixed with something else, so he's a lot bigger than what he should have been. And, like, they clipped his tail, like, before we got him. And so, like, they didn't do it right. Like, because, you know, when they clip the tail, it's supposed to be, like, just a little nub, right?
Yeah.
Well, his was, like, 2 vertebrates long. It was, like, a little dinky tail.
Poor puppy dog.
It was like a finger, like, when he wagged it. Like, telling you, no, no, no. I loved that dog to death. I still miss him. He was my baby, but yeah. Like, I was just... Imagination play was like a big thing for me. I always loved to do that.
I've always said that imagination's my best friend.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here. Another, like, little confession. Scott already knows this. And this is a big deal for me actually putting it on the podcast. And then we'll wrap up, I know. But since I was 15 years old, and I still do it to this very day, I have my own world that I've created in my mind. And I know all the characters. They're like lifelong friends now because I've been creating them for 12 years now.
No, it's understandable. Like, especially as someone, you know, me, that I love to draw and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think if anyone would get it, you would.
I understand that. And like, sometimes, like, you know, people talk about, like, oh, go to your happy place and stuff like that. Like,
that's my happy place.
That's what it is for me, too. Like, whether I'm drawing characters or just thinking about stuff in my head, like, I don't just draw. Like, I like to write, too. Like, I've always been, like, a creative person. So, I totally get it. I totally understand it. And at 29, I still don't find anything wrong with, you know, because I'm avid... Like, especially now that I've become more confident and knowing that this is me, this is how I am. If you don't like me, well, then fuck you. Take me off of Facebook.
I love the way you think.
So, it's like, I don't have shame where I used to have shame in the fact that I fucking love anime. I fucking love cosplaying now since I did it, 2014 in July is when I did my first fucking cosplay. I was Lulu from Final Fantasy X.
I remember,
I had so much fun, and, you know, I'm 29 now. I don't give a fuck. I fucking love this shit. It's fucking different, and
it's your happy place.
That's what brings me joy. So, yeah, I like anime. Yeah, I like the cosplay. I like comic books. I like imaginative things. So, I fucking understand that shit. I do.
That's
totally
awesome.
Do.
You're the perfect person to tell that to. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're going to have to wrap it up here. She's got to go get her husband.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week in the closet.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Oh, and by the way, thank you for having Sarah Palin again. You know, she enjoyed being on pitch, and Elaina enjoyed being on pitch, and thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Go away. So, yes, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I had fun, and I hope we can do this again.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do it again.
It was awesome.
All right, bye, pooch bitches.
Bye-bye. Hello there, Sarah Palin again. You're listening to Podcast in the Closet Hour. Pitch, do it.